Okay, now I'm just confused. We have Scarbrand the Exiled leading the Lizardmen, and then E-Trade King 7 on the Ogre Kingdoms. But that's not Scarbrand. But that's not. You can't say that. That's illegal. You can't say you're Scarbrand when you're not. Oh, and I forgot to vet the replay again. Damn it. Okay, well, we'll just hope it's good, otherwise I'll waste my time recording it. Alright, let's go. For the Lizardmen, we have a Chameleon Stalker. We have skin coats of javelins, swords, spears across the front line, then some Crocsgores, the Cord of Waddle, Crocsgore ROR, skin coats of javelins, a Life Salon with regrowth, and a Dread Saurian. Now, some of you constant viewers out there who watch the live streams and play a lot of our tournaments might be like, why are you casting a game with a Dread Saurian and a Life Salon? That's the meta. I thought you didn't cast the meta. That's true, but some people in my videos comment that they don't watch all the live streams. So if I avoid things that I'm bored of casting, but they never got to see it, they're not sick of Dread Saurian. So some people are still excited about the Dread Saurian, so I'll throw one in. All right, I'll throw one in. On the other side, Saber-Tusk packs. On the flanks, we have some Crushers with great weapons, a front line of Noblars, 2 Leadbelchers backing them up, a single Man-Eater with great weapons, 3 Gorgers with Scrag the Slaughterer, and he has his dog shit-ass Cauldron. Alright, okay, cool. Not cool. Cauldron sucks. The Cauldron is just terrible. It's literally never worth bringing. Ugh. It's garbage. It's garbage! Gorgers are also pretty bad. They're getting better, but they're still pretty bad. Overall, though, Ogres are more uniquely set up than most to actually kill the Dread Saurian. Because Leadbelchers can do okay versus it. Leadbelchers aren't amazing versus single entities in general, but the Dread Saurian's so big that they don't miss any of their shots, and then when that's true, they can do pretty good damage. Man-Eaters are great weapons. With their ITP, they'll be fine surrounding it. Gorgers, Unbreakable, will be fine surrounding it. So, like, Ogres can kind of deal with it where most other factions would struggle. Leadbelcher's firing in on Cord of Waddle, though, on the advance, taking a couple cannonballs to the face. And if those Leadbelchers can stay alive, they can kite out the Sword of Spears rather effectively, too. Dread Saurian comes lumbering in. Walks straight into the Gorgers. It's probably going to bite down on them soon. There it goes. Oof ba-boof, they took a lot of damage. Leadbelchers did get attacked by the sneaky, spooky Chameleon Stalkers, who are already harassing these guys. With the Dread Saurian walking in, that's a pretty rough start for them. Leadbelchers, meanwhile, are trying to pummel this little Lizardman blob that has formed, and it formed on a hillside, so Leadbelchers can actually see perfectly and get in there. So I guess they're not shooting the Dread Saurian because they want to punish the blob instead, which is fine. That's a fine use of their time. It's not bad. Flesh to Stone getting cast in the Dread Saurian, giving him 66% physical resistance from the Salon while he's surrounded by the Man-Eaters who are buffed up by Bullgorger, and he is taking none of that damage. He doesn't give a single shit about it as these Dart Skinks get not as much value as I would have thought on the Man-Eaters, but they're trying to get some. Other Leadbelchers have rallied, and they are now shooting at the Dread Saurian, though the Flesh to Stone will protect it quite a bit. And the Noblars are breaking. Crocsgores push through them without much effort, and Leadbelchers are wandering into melee a little bit. They will not enjoy that. Meanwhile, Crushers are doing some cycle charging. Looks like they killed off a lot of Skinks with their Gorger friends, but we still have Crocsgores and Saurus getting healed up. That will be a bit of a problem. Man-Eater is trying to fight with the Dread Saurian, taking a lot of damage, but a Tier 3 armor ability Butcher comes through to heal them up, and even with the Butcher, they're still dying horribly. Oh, that's a lot of damage, and the Dread Saurian is now surrounded by Crushers, Gorgers, Man-Eaters, and Scrag. Leadbelchers realize they're getting a bit too close and decide to back away from the Cord of Waddle with a nice Dismember slow to slow them down. All right, Ogre Kingdoms player showing his chops. He was struggling a bit there in the early game, made a couple whoopsies, but he's back in it. Regrowth is out for the Dread Saurian, bringing its vigor back to perfect, while it also gets a Flesh to Stone for that 66% physical resistance, and Leadbelchers are effectively kiting out the Cord of Waddle. Saurus Spears, still a presence in this game. All 3 of them still have a decent amount of health to keep fighting, but they have taken some damage. It's not like they're just killing everybody. Gorgers aren't feeling too good. Despite being unbreakable, they're all below half HP. And how's Scrag's Cauldron going? It's 14% intensity! Yay! He's getting 0.03% heal per second for his Gorgers. Yeah, that's good. That's bad. That's real bad. CA, please. Buff the Cauldron. Buff the Cauldron. It's trash. Court of Waddle are terror routed away as the Crushers with Massacre and Bullgorger popped on them. Wow, 203 weapon strength for a multi-entity model is actually ridiculous as they're chasing down these guys. That's going pretty well. The Dread Saurian with another damage resistance aura. All these damage and physical resistance, leadership and healing auras buffing up the Dread Saurian as he continues to fight against the Man-Eaters, who got trashed on in the early game and then really rallied to just hold for a long time. They're not doing amazing, but they're still here. They're still holding the Dread Saurian in position. Lead Belchers continue to kite away. Where's the other one? The other one's like full health, full ammo as it still waddles around. Looks like it's mostly just been avoiding like the Court of Waddle and things, but it needs to come back up onto this hillside and fire away. Court of Waddle peeled off, Chameleon Stalkers soon to follow. But the Man-Eaters and Gorgers are about to run out of HP, and soon the Dread Saurian will be unlocked. And then the Crushers will be the only thing that can really stop it from going where it pleases while the Lead Belchers try and shoot in. This other Lead Belcher, a bit of a mistake, just standing behind the hill, not doing anything. While it is technically in range to shoot at stuff, obviously there's a giant hill between it and its foes, so it's not going to get too much done there. Sabertooth Pack's trying to finish off the last 3 models of the Court of Waddle. In the distance, Gorgers chasing down more Skinks and Saurus, but the Saurus should be able to beat the Gorgers. And a Banishment plus Terror routes off all these things. The Dread Saurian is going for Scrag. And Lead Belchers firing into the Croxagores at close range. There they go. These guys crest the hill, and now they're firing downhill into the Croxagores and Saurus as well. Dismember slows everybody in this area down. And Scrag is holding his own against that Dread Saurian more than I would have thought. As the Lead Belchers continue to try and make the Croxagores regret it. And a healed up Crusher comes in the back line after getting a Butcher. Just slamming these Croxagores, and they don't cause terror on their own, they cause fears. They need the tier 2 arm ability to get that terror, but they look like they're going to rout these guys anyway. As a regrowth is coming in now, onto who? Oh, it's a Troll Guts. I forgot he had Troll Guts. For some reason, I just thought he took the Maw and Bullgorger. I hadn't seen the Maw, though. And judging by his kills, he hasn't used it. Yeah. Lead Belchers, one of them gets attacked by the Dread Saurian. The other Lead Belcher is going to take this time to shoot him in the back, and that is smart. His heal cap's already in sight, but you can see the Lead Belchers actually do decent damage just because he's so big they can't miss. And then that volume of fire really does add up. So the Dread Saurian's taking significant damage. Sabertooth Pack's going to walk off these Saurus Spears and get a lot more kills. I say that, but where are they going? Oh, they're dropping attack orders. Damn, that's unfortunate. So Saurus Spears will rally unless the Ogres are on top of their shit. Dread Saurian still chasing around some stuff, and Gorgers in the distance, fighting Saurus Spears alongside these Noblars. The Cauldron of the Great Maw is up to 20% charged. Wowzers. Lead Belchers shoot at the Croxagores who just rallied, but I worry they're wasting their time. They only have 42 speed. The Dread Saurian is 60, so if it wants to, it can run them down, and them and the Crushers are the last DPS that can really take out this thing. Bullgorger has popped onto Scrag to give him more melee stats, but he can't deal with this Dread Saurian, not at all. But it is faster than him, so he's just going to fight while he still can. Takes big chunks of damage. Earthblood to heal up the Dread Saurian while the Lead Belchers fire downhill into its face. It continues to eat up Scrag. And the Crushers are coming back. Whatever they were doing, it was not worth the time they spent. And a Butcher's trying to heal up Scrag. It looks like he might shatter, but the Butcher is making the Dread Saurian spend a lot more time than it wants to fighting him. So that's pretty huge. That was actually a pretty huge cast to just cause him to be a distraction for so long. He finally shatters, but again, Lizardmen might want to kill him just for the leadership debuffs, and Butcher made it take like 7 or 8 more attacks to do so. He has 40 melee defense, but the Dread Saurian like literally never missed him, and I find that insane considering the last game I just cast was my Azazel not hitting a Bloodrack Medusa for 55 years, but that's fine, that's fine. The Dread Saurian with that 63 melee attack can just constantly hit Scrag, that's fine, that's fine. And don't give me that he was attacking them in the rear. I was attacking the Bloodrack Medusa in the rear too, it just didn't matter. Crusher's gonna terror out any second now, as they get good damage on the Dread Saurian, but despite its low health bar percentage, it has 6,000 HP left to it. Crushers take a lot of damage. The Lead Belchers need to get away from this hill, as they're starting to do now. They need to buy some space, because once it beats those Crushers, it's coming up and over the hill to kick their ass. Dismember slows it down as the Crushers are trying to disengage. The Ogres are trying to reform lines. They do have 2 Gorgers left. Not 2 units, 2 physical Gorgers left. And they're not feeling too good. Crushers do rout, minus 26 leadership. The Lead Belchers managing to fire up and over the hill, still hit the Palanquin of the Dread Saurian here and there. Lizardmen have some Saurus rallying. It's mostly just the Dread Saurian, mostly just the Life Salon. And all of a sudden, the ogres that are in the safe zone all start routing, and army losses randomly takes the Lead Belchers out, and that's GG. Okay, that's a funny way to end it. I think they were probably doomed, but it's still funny that they were like, whatever, army losses. 700 value for Life Salon, 5,800 for the Dread Saurian. It's not even the Shredder. It's just a Dread Saurian. Saurus did fine. Crocsores did okay. Chameleon Stalkers had a huge flank. And that's about it there. For E-Trade, Scrag performed admirably, all things considered. Gorgers did okay. Nobler Trappers and Lead Belchers did a lot of good work. Maneaters did their best. Saber-Tooth Packs did okay, and the Crushers did fine too. But there's a lot of healing on the other side, so you're going to have to get above and beyond your value. Just a couple whoopsies cost the Ogres the game, but it was a good one overall. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.